Strawberry is definitely one of those trending notes right now in fragrance, and I thought I would go through my collection, gather up all of my strawberry fragrances, anything that has a strawberry note in it or that I think smells like strawberries, and I thought we could talk about them. I will say, I love the note of strawberry. I'm so excited whenever I see it, but as I go through these fragrances, not all of them are like absolute top loves. We all have different tastes in fragrances, so hopefully my thoughts on these will help decide if one of these might be right for you. So let's get into it. All right, I'm gonna start off with Strawberry Letter from Phlur. This came out this year. It was really hyped. It sold out, and I just felt like it was appropriate. This just feels like it sums up like this kind of strawberry trend. Now, I was excited for this. I bought it without smelling it, didn't know what it was, but I was like, if I know Phlur, it's gonna sell out, so I wanna get my hands on it. And I was hoping that this would be a strawberry note that wasn't too fruity, too sweet, and it is that, but I don't know if I love this. I am just like kind of on the fence or like in the middle on this. I don't hate this fragrance, but it's not a love to me. I definitely get the strawberry in here. There's also a note of plum in the top. There's some florals in the mid, and then in the base there's sugar, tonka bean, amber, and earthy notes. And I just have to say, there's something powdery coming off of this, and I get this, especially in the dry down. The earthiness of this fragrance really comes out, which is interesting and different. And I like that it's not just simplistic. I feel like you could easily just do like a strawberry fragrance. So I like that it's not that in terms of just like the challenge and like the scent of it. But when I think of wearing it, it just hasn't been for me so far. This kind of smells like if Lush did a strawberry bath bomb or something. You know, that powdery kind of smell from Lush. Sometimes it's a little bit earthy, a little bit like hippie. I get that from this. And I initially thought, ooh, this does smell like Burberry Her, and we're gonna get into that next. But they are different. This is earthier, I'm telling you. There's something sweet for sure, but it really is just drowned out by the powdery, earthy, almost kind of like medicinal. It just smells like I'm at someone else's house. You know what I mean? This is someone else's house strawberry perfume, okay? It's not my house, that's all I gotta say. Next, let's talk about Burberry Her. If you guys have been here for a while, then you know this isn't for me. And I was so excited when I was first starting my perfume journey, fragrance journey. This was talked about a lot. It's talked about as like strawberry champagne, I feel like people were talking this baby up, and I was so excited. I get it, I smell it, and I used to like literally think this was, like I hated this scent, okay? And now I don't as much. I get it a little bit more, and I thought that I preferred Strawberry Letter over Burberry Her, but I'm pretty sure I would pick Burberry Her because to me this has that kind of medicinal scent still and kind of a powderiness, but it goes in that designer, like that classic designer DNA. If you know what I'm talking about, you know. But with that like hazy sharpness, which I know sounds like a contradiction, but it's just like powdery, yet it is kind of sharp to my nose. But as I've revisited this, I actually can get a little bit more of that sweetness. I still don't get, to me, an overt strawberry note. This is definitely strawberry for someone who doesn't want to necessarily smell fruity, because you're not going to smell fruity. You're still going to be put together. I mean, some of the fruity strawberry scents I have here are akin to a dessert, like you smell like syruped strawberries or something, and you're not going to smell that way. This is still something you can wear to more serious events, I guess I would say. And although this isn't going to become like a signature scent for me, I definitely don't hate it like I used to, which I find so interesting. It's so cool how your palette expands and contracts and just changes over time. So I highly suggest, if you have fragrances out there that you haven't smelled in a while, you know, revisiting them in the place you are now, you might have a whole different experience. Okay, next I wanted to talk about this one from Imaginary Authors. This one's called Cape Heartache. And if you were like, man, earthy strawberry, I love that. This is like actually earthy strawberry, okay? This is Douglas Fir, Pine Resin, Western Hemlock, Vanilla Leaf, Strawberry, Old Growth, and Mountain Fog. With Imaginary Authors, they always have an imaginary note in there, and I believe that's the Mountain Fog. Anyway, this has the strawberry in it, but it's surrounded by this very atmospheric smell. So you're really getting the picture of a mossy, overgrown forest, something a little damp. Think of Twilight. I don't know, this could be a Twilight fragrance of the woods. Think of that. That's definitely in here. I almost get this dry woodiness also from it. I know I mentioned like a moistness, but there's also just like strong dry woods as well. But there's like this sweet strawberry note that kind of peeks through. I find the strawberry in here to be a little bit, I don't want to say artificial, but kind of, like, especially as I've had it, as I've like continued to smell it, and again, my palette expanding, but this is more of a unisex fragrance for sure. My husband's mostly the one that wears this one, and yeah, I think it's a nice, fun experience with the scent. If you were intrigued by the strawberry note in here, definitely know that it's a strawberry growing out of damp dirt on the forest floor, okay? Like, you're getting all of that, plus some strawberries are around, you know what I mean? Anyway, just want to mention that I feel like all of those in a weird way, you know, are like oddly related or could be woven together, or at least are in my like experience of them. Okay, if you're sitting here like, Lauren, girl, like what do you actually like with strawberry? You're making a whole strawberry video, all these strawberry perfumes. And you're right. When I made this video, I was like, man, I have a lot. I'm on the lookout. I'm trying to find those perfect strawberries, but it's been difficult. And I would say the one that I feel like matches the energy or what I want to get from those previous three, or like, again, could be tangentially related to them, is from Byron Perfumes. This is the Chronic, and this actually doesn't have a true strawberry note in it. Instead, there's a raspberry note, but there's also whipped cream in here. There's a melon in here, also a pear note in the top. Then there's sandalwood, musk, patchouli in the base, a little bit of spices. It is good, okay? I was inside. There's a new fragrance store called the Scent Room here in LA. I think it's pretty new. It's on Larchmont, and they're so nice. They like are all really into fragrance, and one of the associates brought this one to my attention because I feel like they carry a lot of fragrances I'm just not familiar with at all. And it was a love at first sniff. I was like, okay, that's the one I'm getting it. And this has that kind of sweet strawberry smell to it, but I feel like that whipped cream adds a creaminess, but it's still overall kind of fresh. It doesn't go too creamy and too like realistic food, but it's just enough sweetness that it's not earthy. It's not like that, you know? I will say in the dry down, this has that patchouli and musk, and it does get a little powdery, and I feel like, again, is kind of more comparable to the other fragrances I'm mentioning, especially Strawberry Letter. To me, this is what I was hoping Strawberry Letter would be. And I think it's so good. It's nice and sweet, but again, still a fragrance I feel like you could wear anywhere. It's not as like sweet as the Minnie Mouse perfume from House of Sillage. If you smelled that, then you know, because that also has some raspberry and whipped cream. This one is the more like grown up, whatever that means, but like more refined version of that. And like I said, this is the me version, my house smell version of Strawberry Letter. If you're looking for another designer scent that has the note of strawberry, Marc Jacobs Daisy does have a note of strawberry in it. I have the Oh So Intense version, but I was definitely a Daisy girly. I loved Daisy all in high school. It was like my scent. And when we're talking about the Oh So Intense version of this scent, I really feel like it's almost a syrupy version of Daisy. I don't know if it's just with time, because I don't feel like I've had this a super long time, but I think maybe it's changed, or just my nose again has changed that much, where this almost has like a sickly syrupy kind of smell to me. But Daisy overall is this really just like fresh, young, floral, sweet fragrance that has a nice muskiness to it. I really loved the sillage on Daisy. Along with the strawberry, there's some pear in here, some honey. I feel like that adds like a sweetness to this. The florals are jasmine and rose, no violet in this fragrance, which I don't know, I feel like that adds like that watery kind of touch that this just doesn't quite have. And then the base is vanilla, musk, benzoin, and moss. So I don't know, I liked this when I got it and it gave me good memories, but I feel like in general I've just kind of outgrown Daisy. It's a nostalgic scent for me, but it's not one, again, that I'm necessarily wearing on my body. So sorry if I'm over here being a downer to all these strawberry perfumes, but I gotta keep it real with you. Like, as much as I enjoy just scent in general and exploring it and like making those connections and just smelling everything, what I'm actually spraying on my body can be different than that, even if I'm glad to have a bottle. And I think it's just important to let you know what I'm actually like wearing. Like, I love this because I'm wearing it, and out of all of these, the real one, this one, like, this is what I'm wearing, okay? This is what I'm putting on. I'm so excited. I can't wait to get on me. Whereas the other ones are like, okay, let's try this, let's try it again, or like I'm in a mood or something. Do you know what I mean? Or continuing on with strawberry. I was so excited for this one, okay? This is from Monde Gourmand. It's Fraise, Fouetté. They always try to get me with these names, I'm telling you. They describe this as their debut strawberry scent. It revels in joy. Ripe strawberries plucked from the vine are warmed by a velvety soft vanilla cream and whipped sugar in a hypnotic tete-a-tete between tart and sweet. Okay, here are the notes. Fresh strawberries, a Florida orange, hint of banana, mid-notes, heliotrope flower, soft butter, coconut water, whipped sugar, and vanilla cream in the base. Okay, sounds lovely, but the tartness on this is real. I mean, when this came, all that milky juice in here, I was like, okay, I'm excited. And it's just, if you're excited for that cream part, I don't know. This is just tart. When they say there's a hint of tart in here, it's really, really in here. It's very sugared at the same time. It's almost like someone put freeze-dried strawberries. I guess it is like strawberry ice cream. It could be that, but it's like, it goes into this really, really sweet land. Maybe it's like strawberry ice cream with like the pieces of strawberry in it, but like the sugar-free version. You know what I mean? Like one that isn't actually like full cream and like creamy in that way. Like that tartness of that like realistic strawberry goes away, and then you're left with something just kind of powdery, again, really sweet. And it reminds me of what would be a pink Pez. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I get pink Pez from this initially more than I did strawberry. Today's the first day I've ever gotten like strawberry ice cream from this. Like all the other times I've done this, it's pink Pez, okay? I'm telling you, it's just like tart, kind of powdery, super sweet. Like, I don't know. It's like off-brand pixie sticks that are supposed to taste like strawberry type of thing. Like, you know the ones where the crystals are so big, you know? Like, it's not a real pixie stick. It's like the Pizza Hut version they don't want to pay, you know? I know you know. The people who know know. Anyway, I was expecting a lot. This is a $25 perfume. Gourmand does some really great affordable fragrances. They do some fun things, so I'm always down to try them, always looking. And again, sometimes you experience things differently, so I have a little hope to keep exploring this, but I can tell you right now, this is not the strawberry perfume for me. I want to know though, do you love this? Tell me what you smell when you smell this. Definitely a great price point on that one. Okay, I'm trying to sandwich in the ones that I'm like, hell yeah, but this one is a hell yeah, so get excited. From Anna Sui. This one came out with the Sunday collection last year, and it's called Violet Vibe, I believe. And this was by far my favorite from the collection. I mean, look at the bottle. It is absolutely adorable. The top is the sprayer. So cute. It says strawberry, black currant syrup, lemon zest, and whipped cream in the top. I'm telling you, I love a little strawberry and whipped cream, or really any fruit and whipped cream. And you definitely get that creaminess in here, but again, I feel like this still stays light and a little bit fresh, almost kind of showery, but in a way that I don't think makes it cheap smelling. There's some florals in the mid, and then the base, we get some marshmallow and musk, and I just think this is like a girly, fruity, fun fragrance. You smell like a treat, you smell like a snack without being like a straight up snack, like the most realistic. It's just so good. If you don't want something that has like an earthy note to it, you're like, no patchouli for me, no woodsy notes, I don't want any of that stuff. I just want the like the good stuff. I think this might be a good option. I think this one smells really good, and it's like $77, which I think is pretty good for this cute bottle and the scent inside. If you really want to smell like a strawberry treat, okay, like this is the one that I like. I really like this one, but I would say this is the most foodie one here, and it's from Bath & Body Works, Strawberry Pound Cake. I mean, this is Strawberry Pound Cake. Super sweet. It's a lot, okay? It really is a lot. I really wish these were more similar, and if you had to go with one that's more affordable, I just suggest this over this. This is way more tart, and I just feel like it doesn't have the body that I'm wanting, whereas this delivers on a more full-bodied experience. Notes on this: fresh strawberries, golden shortcake, whipped cream. To me, this is pretty realistic. It smells so good. I got hooked on this fragrance actually from a spray hand sanitizer in this scent, and I just was obsessed with the way it smelled every time I used it. So I was like, I need the Strawberry Pound Cake body spray. What am I doing with my life? I like the candle as well. They have it in a few different things, but I just think this smells so good. That's the foodie strawberry scent that I'm the most into out of my collection. Another option if you're looking for something super sweet that I also quite like I don't necessarily wear this scent a lot, but I get this one, if that makes sense. This is Pink Sugar's Red Velvet, and if you know Pink Sugar, then you know this is like the tip top of sweet, okay? It is like the pinnacle of sweet. I feel like Pink Sugar in general is just like it is the bar. When this was named Red Velvet, I thought, oh, it's gonna be like a red velvet cake, maybe type of fragrance. No, no. It's just like the kind of strawberry version, I feel like, of Pink Sugar. There's strawberry and bergamot in the top. There's some like candy notes. There's some floral and sweet notes in the mid. And then in the base, there's whipped cream, vanilla, and ambretolide. This really does have the DNA of Pink Sugar. I know the notes are quite a bit different, but I definitely pick up on that Pink Sugar DNA. And I would say this is just like the strawberry cotton candy version. Like, it really smells like cotton candy to me. It almost has that same like licorice kind of thing going on that Pink Sugar has, but with like a little fruity strawberry citrus lift to it. And again, I just kind of get strawberry cotton candy. If that seems like your vibe, I would check this one out. Potentially, I'm sure you could find it for a good price. I have two more fragrances here. This is one I initially really liked, and again, I just think things have changed, and also I just got some more clarity on it. So this is from Malin+Goetz, and this is Strawberry. This is one of the most unique here because although although this is named Strawberry, it's a very musky fragrance. Actually, I always thought it was like the cleaner, greener, less sweet like version of Daisy from Marc Jacobs. Like if you wanted a fifth of the syrup of regular Daisy, but just the musk and that cleanliness and all that, and again, a little bit of greenness, that's what I got from Strawberry. And so I like this fragrance. It's a very musky, fruity scent, like a LaCroix strawberry. You know what I mean? Like it's very in the background, okay? Think Pear Ink from Juliet Has a Gun. This is kind of the earthy strawberry version of that. I think I was initially intrigued by this one because of the strawberry note, but also there's a milk note in here, which had me excited. And if you're looking for something extremely milky, in the dry down, it definitely gets more creamy. There's also some orris in here, but it's like creamy with musk, if that makes sense. It's creamy to me in the way that maybe like Missing Person could be seen as creamy. Like, again, it's still airy and musky, a little comforting, more like that. So I got along with this pretty nice. Like I like this okay. And then recently I had the chance to try out the rollerball and I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna have a travel size of that. I'm really excited. This is an oil and let me tell you, I put this on my wrist all day. I'm like, what's that fucking smell? Like I literally was like, ugh, ugh, what is the smell? And it was this. So in this concentrated form, it's definitely not for me. And it really got me smelling the fragrance. And so I just feel like I'm pretty turned off. Like I'm telling you, the muskiness in here, it just mixed with my chemistry in a way that just made me feel almost like I stank, but I knew it was perfume, if that makes sense. Like it just was like, I don't know, almost like body secretions in a way. Like it was just like off sweat almost. Like ugh, I did not like it. So I'm kind of, you know, turned off from the fragrance for now. I never got that from the strawberry scent. Like I always liked it good enough, but I never liked it as much as I thought I did. And now I'm thinking, oh, it's probably because you were getting like the light version of that experience. You know what I mean? All right, last, I'm gonna leave it off with Sphinx's Strawberry Kiss. I got this when I ordered, I think, a pistachio fragrance from them. I was intrigued by the strawberry note, but this one also has some more like gourmand, like really sweet dessert-like notes. So there's strawberry and forest fruits in the top, powdery notes and cupcake in the mid, woody notes, caramel, and burnt sugar in the base, which had me oh so excited. And you know, I just don't get that. I just don't get that from this. I have a few Sphinx fragrances and it's not that I don't like them. It's not even that I don't like this one. It's just different than I thought. This smells almost lemon lime to me, okay? I just don't get the strawberry and the forest fruits. I get something almost citrusy and bright. It's very sweet though, almost like a lemon zest, sugared lemon zest to me, okay? I don't necessarily pick up on the cupcake specifically or the burnt sugar or the caramel. Again, it is sweet and sugared for sure, but there's almost something kind of cinnamon coming through or some type of spice. And I feel like a lot of their house has, I don't know, something that kind of like musky cinnamon, I don't know, DNA to all their fragrances, no matter where the direction's trying to go or saying it's going. So it's not a bad one for sure. I think it's actually quite likable, but I just felt like the notes on this were misleading to me in the sense of what I actually experienced. I thought I was gonna get a different thing. So not bad, just not what I expected. But with that, I'm gonna leave the strawberry video here. I know I wish there were more, but I would say my top recommendations. I love Strawberry Pound Cake from Bath & Body Works. I've really been enjoying the Chronic. I think this is like the Rouge one. I think that's technically the name of it. Really been loving that. It is newer to my collection, but I'm really liking it if you're wanting like a more sophisticated strawberry-esque fragrance, even though it technically doesn't have a strawberry note in it. And then the other one that's like high on my list, like again, these are the ones that are gonna get like real wear for me, but this is that Anna Sui Violet vibe. So those are my top 3 out of here, but let me know if there's some fragrances out there that have a strawberry note. I didn't mention them here. You think I'd love them, please. I wanna like, obviously, I want to like strawberry so much more than it seems like I do. I don't know. Am I just like picking it up wrong? Let me know your thoughts on these fragrances too. Do you experience them different? Do you really like some of these? Let me know down below. I know a lot of you like Strawberry Letter, so I'm so glad, especially, you know, if you bought it, I want you to enjoy it. But let me know any of your strawberry thoughts. And other than that, I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.